Good morning, everyone. Morning, YouTube. Morning, everyone. Traders. It is December 23rd. It's a holiday week start. So tomorrow's Christmas Eve. You got Christmas on Wednesday. It's the holiday season. Volume is not that low, honestly. We just capped off OPEX on Friday. We had a PCE, a data-driven event on Friday that helped this bull side open up a little more. So we're coming off the back of a pretty, volume and volatile week in a sense from last week and going into the holiday season. So this is going to be probably most likely my last update for this week, first and last for this week on YouTube. I'm not going to be trading or doing anything on Friday. Thursday, I'll be doing my end of year wrap up, where you can watch it live. The link's in Discord to register for end of year wrap up plus 2025 market breakdown in anticipation of what we could expect, right, from a variety of different angles in a perspective. So we'll be doing that as well as, I guess, not really anything else, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Christmas Eve, Christmas, celebrate with the family. Don't get very excited in the markets this week. Honestly, like today, I'm going to see what's good. If there's anything, there's something, but otherwise, pretty much hands off. I just kind of want to do a little more so analysis, answer some questions as the year ends to, or the year wraps up, see what the potential of the day of the week might look like, and to confirm or deny if the Santa Claus rally is indeed real or fake. So, if anything, we're in a position right now for some of this buy side to try coming through again, right? If I take a look at what's going on in terms of some of like the larger perspective equities here, right? If you take a look at all the indexes, like you got the SPY, you've got the triple Qs, you've got the DIA, the IWM, right? DIA, Dow Jones value based, right, is extremely oversold right now. So is the SPY is decently oversold into a key area before we fill the gap from the presidential election rally. IWM small caps are extremely oversold. Last week or the last few weeks, Dow Jones and value has been just getting decimated. So it looks like it's capitulating right now. And generally speaking, I think that big tech is holding out extremely well. I just want to see if NVIDIA looks pretty oversold. SMH looks in a decent standing right now. We could see, like, my expectations are we run into the inauguration into the beginning of January, potentially even all of January, and then we start to get a rocky road ahead towards the latter half of Q1. A lot of this does hinge on how internals are doing, and you can see that breadth is extremely, extremely oversold. The most oversold we've seen all year, pretty much, and the market's down about 4 to 5%, which is pretty interesting. SMH, though, is a huge, huge laggard here with semis. It's a very... I like it a lot because it tends to hold out the lead in terms of the SPY. Right now, it's extremely oversold again, right, for, I guess, the second time in the past quarter, if you will, but it's having a lot of difficulty moving to the upside, which resonates with what the SPY was doing, because the SPY was like inching higher and higher, all-time highs, baby shit, while the breadth was just looking abysmal on the underlying. So you have VIX as well, pulled down super aggressive, is trying to hold out right now. This was the Friday pull down, but a massive pop on Wednesday for VIX, and the volume's not that bad. So I am looking for a bit of the upside this week and next week, but from a very, very cautionary perspective. Volume on the S&P is like 180,000. It's not that bad realistically. I haven't done anything overnight. I barely looked at this market. I posted my analysis from last night, and that was about it. Volume's not terrible, but both of these assets right now, the SPY and the NASDAQ, are in desperation mode. Right? What do I mean by desperation mode? They're both in... God, where is it? They're both in a position right now where, like, the buy side from Friday is doing, like, it's doing its job, is doing pretty okay, but we've managed to move just outside of major balance areas. I guess on the overnight session specifically, before we got a stronger pullback and a pull down pretty much close to the open. We've got about 20, 22, 23 minutes until the market opens. So just as that's coming around, we're back at two desperation hold areas for the buy side. We're still within last week's value. We're still within last week's balance. Fine, okay, great. But from 59.85 / 59.90 on the SPY, or on the S&P futures, I should say, that area is a top band of a key auction. I'd want to see the buy side step in from there, right, as kind of one of those last chance areas and start pushing above that 6,000. You start losing those areas. Like, I would expect, honestly, a 50 to maybe 70 point drop to the downside, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we move back in that balance area and the sell side says, okay, you know what, we gave you Friday because the data was good, but guess again what happens this week, right? Santa rally could be over because you're still getting a large positioning from the net general consensus is short side positioning from larger players, right? They're holding prices down. They're rejecting. Large delta, even on Friday, was holding out to a negative standard. So there's a lot of anticipated, I guess, upside from Friday's momentum move. But the issue is they got to continue with that press, right? That's like they got to do it like pretty much today in the morning session to hold out these key areas and try to push higher and accept auctions higher. So from that standpoint, right, I still am cautiously looking for that continuation to the upside swing, but from the perspective of it's getting very desperate and we want to start closing above key areas. You start closing above 60.40 on the S&P futures, right? That's a very good sign. You start closing above 21,850 on the NASDAQ, specifically 21,900s. You start closing above that, like that's a very good sign. But you're gonna have to see Santa get back on the horse, on the reindeer, and revive this Santa rally this week, right into the end of the week. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, will I get it is a very different question, but I can see the market trying to catch a bid going into the inauguration and to just wrap up the year. Into new all-time highs, I don't know, but we'll go from there. So, thank you, YouTube. Let's open up our live trading room. This is going to be, I guess, probably a slower day. I'm just going to be watching and trying to see if we can get some kind of directional strength and momentum to start the week. But from there, we'll take it very easy, right? This is the last 2 weeks of trading. There's a handful of trading days left. Like, I know the majority of traders are taking this off. I don't even know why I'm looking at it, but you know what? Maybe there's something. I'm going to trade. Like, if I do trade, it's going to be some incrementally low size. Like, you don't want to be ruining your year in December. So, hope everyone enjoyed this update. We'll see you in the live trading room. And remember, in our free Discord, I sent out a link to register for our live end-of-year wrap-up and 2025 wrap-up, or I guess expectations, this Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. So I'll see you guys there, and let's get into our trading room. Have a fantastic Christmas, New Year's, happy holidays, blah, blah, blah. You know how people say, like, happy holidays for inclusivity? Like, I get it, but like tomorrow's Christmas, so Merry Christmas to those that celebrate, and then happy holidays for the rest of that might circle around the following days, right? So happy holidays to those that celebrate Christmas in January, other holidays.